Oh, we'll watch that later. Hey, let me get some music in the background, which is Sega music. Keeping the... Okay, that was weird. Okay. Hey, welcome. Welcome to another stream. A bit different than what I usually do. Welcome to me talking. It is gonna talk, ask me some questions. You know, just enjoy today. So yeah, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I always think I'd play Animal Crossing, but I don't feel like doing anything. This would be a short stream, be like an hour maybe. I don't really, you know, wanna. I don't wanna like be too long with this. It's talking. But yeah, shoot me a question in the chat. But I like to talk about certain thing that were announced yesterday. Hey, what's up? Welcome. So PlayStation VR 2. Yeah, PlayStation VR 2, so that's been announced last night. So yeah. And I looked long and hard on it with friends who were in a call with me when yeah, so I was in the call with friends when that happened. I just finished streaming too. That's the funny part about it. Like, just finished streaming, and then they announced PSVR2. Which, you know, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm interested in this, even though I don't really. I'm happy. I'm happy. With my Quest 2, like, I like my Quest 2 a lot. I like that, you know, it's wireless. I like that I can sideload stuff on it, and then when I want to play PCVR stuff, I can when I will, but. And I have like 2 options of playing games on the Quest 2. So I like the Quest 2. It's great. But this is you know, this is a whole new step for PlayStation VR. And step in VR in general, in my opinion, though, too, because I have to say a lot of things though, you know, a lot of things are next generational stuff, in my opinion. For VR, because a lot of things like high fidelity displays, eye tracking, and all that, all next gen features really of next VR. So this being like the next big thing for VR stuff is really out there. Like, this is what we all expect for next gen of VR. So yeah, my Quest 2. I've been keeping my Quest 2 off the charger when it's has the green light on, because I don't want to charge anymore. So a couple of things Actually, you know what? Like, I put on the article as well, huh? I'll use you. Actually, use you. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, this is the article that's showcases the, PlayStation VR stuff that's going, that they, we already know what the controls look like and what to expect from the controls. So there's a lot of things where I expect it to be, yeah, this is how they're gonna do this, how they're gonna showcase this, or like how they're gonna, put a lot of VR. No, I'll just call this. Let's talk about PlayStation VR2. I love Nights to Dreams. So yeah, let's just go to talk about PlayStation VR2 this whole stream. Fuck it. And this might be a new series as well. Let's be honest. Hold on. All right, so we're back. So yeah, so a lot of what I expected was basically confirmed here. So, of course, high fidelity, of course. So they're going with 4K HDR, 110 degrees field of view. I cannot pronounce that, but something rendering. Oh shit. Open up it up again. There you go. Let me hear this word. Oh wow. For rendering is a digital image processing technique in which the image resolution or amount of detail varies across the image according to one or more X point. Oh, so I think they're doing the Oculus thing where they put more into where to render based on your eyes. OLED display, which I expect that. I feel like that's like the big thing they're gonna do, because they did that with PlayStation VR. And it's supposed to be 4K, so it's like 2000 by 2040 per eye, which would go up to 4K, maybe a bit higher. Which would go up to 4K, actually a bit higher than 4K if you're being honest. And of course, smooth frame rate, 90 hertz as the minimum, of 120 is the max it can go up to. Headset based control tracking, that's what I expected, honestly, with how the controls look. But actually, where was this? They actually renamed the controls to PlayStation VR2 Sense. So yeah, so why is it not a good picture? PlayStation VR2 profile picture. I'm gonna get to the controllers there though. So like, yeah, so like, yeah, when I saw like all this, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna have it in headset controller tracking, where they have the 4 cameras on the headset. So like, well, let me just get the Oculus. So like, I need to fix my fucking thing, my chair. Alright, so like, let me make my thing bigger. Okay. So like, here's the Oculus headset, Oculus Quest 2, and you see the 4K, like you see a camera there, two cameras, camera there, and you see the 2 cameras on the bottom. That is for not just control tracking, but also pass through input. Like you can see what the outside world is with that. So yeah, so but it's mostly used for the controller tracking. So like, you have the controller here, and the controller uses this disc, this round has this round part all, you know, on the top of the controller, where it has IR LEDs on it, and the controller would track that with those LEDs and all that. And knowing that, like, when you even do off screen, it kind of tracks it a bit, but yeah, most of the time it's gonna track the controller like this and that and all that when you're in front of it, and on the bottom as well, with the cameras on the bottom as well. So yeah, it's kind of like how the Oculus headset tracking is nowadays. And the one I could go for is the one I could showcase is the Quest 2 in this case. But yeah, that's what to expect with that. So yeah. I don't know why it's showing for a second, but yeah, so it kind of looks weird. Oh. So like, it kind of looks weird. Controls, but I guess whatever to help to make them look different from the Oculus touch controllers, which is very nice controller. I can tell you that. Like, these controls really good. But yeah, like, it's everything you expect. This does have two buttons. One's the create button and one's the pause button. But it also has the 2 PlayStation buttons, so each controller you can just click on it. But yeah, it just looks like it has all the, PlayStation, all the stuff that would make the controller of VR the controllers of what most standard VR controllers have, which is, the face buttons on each different, like the 2 face buttons on each controller, analog sticks on each controller, triggers on each controller, and the grips on each controller, and also both click in as well. And from reading that, all that is there on the PlayStation VR controller, PlayStation VR Sense, or 2 Sense, everything. So yeah, so VR tracks you, PlayStation VR2 tracks you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in the headset. So again, the Oculus does the exact same thing, which is very nice. you don't need to worry about sensors. But for the best, one of the best experiences on VR is having the lighthouses like PSVR on each side of your room. But this is also another good way to just get everything all in one, and this is honestly a good way too. I really like the Oculus tracking for the controllers, so they did a very good they did a very good job with that on here. I might have to clean this fucking things. But yeah, movements and direction you look at reflect in game without need for external cameras. So yeah, so unlike PlayStation VR, you had the PlayStation camera, which senses every fucking thing, and it was new sensory features. So the controller sense combines eye tracking headset. So it's gonna have eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and the embedded controllers, of course, which we'll get to later. So yeah, 3D audio and all that. I don't know if Sony's gonna do their own built-in headphone solution. That'd be nice, but also still let people, because there's still a headphone jack on here, on it, which would be nice. But yeah, with all the 3D audio shit, eye tracking, of course. When you move your eyes in your headset, it will detect that. So yeah, and like when you blink them, like if you blink one eye, the game character will only blink one eye and all that. So yeah. So yeah, so the PSVR Sense controller will have the haptic feedback and adaptive triggers like the DualSense. So yeah. So it's the specifications, display method OLED, like always. How they always are. Sony's doing that. 200 by 2040 per eye, 90 and 120 hertz. Lens adjustable. I wonder if they actually gonna I'm happy that they might actually have a lens, a slider for a lens. That's the only problem I have with the Quest 2, is that they don't have a slider. You actually have to go into where the lenses are and pull them to where you want, and even then it's only like 3 settings. I might have to do the in-between setting for 2 and 3, but I got a good area for 2, so I'm good now. Field of view 110 degrees, that's fine. Motion sensor 6 axis motion sensing system, 3 axis gyroscope, 3 axis accelerometer, IR for anything these sensors. So yeah, that's there. 4 cameras on the headset. Again, just like that Oculus. The 2 cameras on the bottom, 2 cameras on the top edges. Vibration on the headset, which is like, I want to know how that feels. This is something I'm really curious about. So communication with PS5. So it's still a wired headset, but it's a single cord like setup. And how they're doing that is USB Type-C. I don't know how this is gonna work. Like the Oculus Quest is basically that too, where you use a very high-speed cable. Just anything, or or if you, like me, and get the Oculus cable, and you connect it through a USB-C port, which is very fast because it's mostly gonna have the most bandwidth. But yeah, yeah, I'm very curious, like, how this is gonna work. Like, is it using, like, it's gonna give power, but also the display as well? Or, like, is it gonna stream data to the headset? Like, I'm kind of confused what they're trying here. And will there be a wireless solution next year? The controller specs. So the right controller, I have a Oculus here. So, you know, a PS button, which we don't have the PS button. We have the Oculus button. Only here's the pause button, which is like the 3 lines. So right, you know, PS button, I have the Oculus button here. Option button, which is not on here. Action buttons, which in this case is AB on this controller, and then there's gonna be the circle on X. R1 has gotta be the grip, and the L2 is gonna be the trigger, which I have on here, and the right stick, of course, and R3 button, which is click. And the left is basically the same thing. You're gonna have the PlayStation button, but you're gonna have the create button, the same. The action buttons are still there, just on triangle and square, L1 and L2, and the left stick and L3. So all the same things that you usually get. Tracking, of course, is the motion sensor. Gonna be the motion sensor plus the finger detection. Yeah. So wait. It's gonna have the LEDs for positional tracking. So this is also another thing what they're gonna have is capacitive buttons, or like pressure sensitive buttons. Where, so in VR chat, for example, I know what a degenerate game to talk about. If you put your thumb on the buttons or the thumbstick, the character thumb in the game will go down to well, any game that requires, like, that lets you use your hands like this. Like, if you hold it down like this in any of the direction, anything, it will tell it to also put your thumb down in the game. And pretty much, you know, triggers and the grips are gonna, the triggers and the grips gonna be lower, you know, lower all the stuff of the other parts of the hands as well. So there's that. Trigger effects, of course. So yeah, the L2 and R2 are gonna be, is what the triggers are. But yeah, it's gonna, you know, give you the dual sense feel and haptic feedback. Of course, you know, the same thing as the dual sense on the PlayStation 5. So yeah, it's all good. Port USB-C, of course, and then Bluetooth version 3.1. And of course, the built-in rechargeable battery, like always. So yeah. That's the specifications. But Sony did showcase. Now this is one of the first games to get announced for PlayStation VR2. Horizon VR Call of the Mountain. Which will be a good technical showcase, maybe.
Hi everyone, I'm Jan-Bart van Beek. I'm one of the studio directors at Guerrilla. Everyone at our studio is working to put
so this is Guerrilla and
Forbidden West as we get ready for launch. We're all very excited and can't wait to get the game into your hands on the 18th of February. It's only a few months.
Sony bought last year.
As you join Aloy on her journey into the Forbidden West, it's great to know that this is not the final frontier of the world of Horizon. In fact, it's only the beginning. Our teams have also been working on a brand new game set in the world of Horizon.
I forgot the team name, but yeah, they recently bought them out last year, which is a VR studio, so it makes sense that they're getting their help for this.
Horizon experience. One that has been built from the ground up for PlayStation's next-gen VR hardware. It's been designed to push gameplay, technology, and hardware innovation. And it truly shows what's possible with the hardware's best-in-class visual experience and brand new controllers, allowing you to interact and feel immersed in the world of Horizon in a whole new way. Now please enjoy this glimpse into our new adventure. Welcome to Horizon Call of the Mountain.
I wanna... Oh yes, there they are.
There.
What's that tonic doing?
It's heading towards Storm's grasp.
That's definitely VR.
It's headed towards us.
As you can tell, yeah. It's not gonna be... I wonder if the viewport on the screen... I feel like, you know, they're gonna do the same thing they do with Play as well. With it being a single cord, of course, it's gonna be... The HDMI signal is gonna, you know, showcased into the TV, while the USB-C port is handling the VR. I want to know what the VR headset's gonna look like. I wonder if for PlayStation VR. I wonder if they're gonna go with a more modified version of this. Where it's not as bulky and they're still using the Halo strap, which is that circle. Because they don't have to go bulky, because they don't need to worry about lights on this thing anymore. They can worry about cameras that can really show sense. They can just do all that, do what they need to. I feel like the cameras are tiny. Like look at the Quest. Look at the Quest 2. Look how small this thing is. Like this thing is tiny. This thing is small. So like maybe something like this size, maybe a bit bigger. Maybe like one of those Windows mixed reality size headsets, mixed reality headset size. Maybe. So I want to see. So yeah, the specs. You know, you get back in PlayStation VR. You had 1080p OLED. It's OLED screen, and it's 1080p. It was 1080p, but 960 by 1080 per eye, and at the same 90 to 120 your refresh rate. It was 100-degree field of view. I feel like this is better. Field of view on this. I'm not gonna lie, but could be wrong. But yeah, so uh um so input tracking with 9 LEDs, visa PlayStation camera. The controllers were just, there were 3 main types of controllers. There is you know, there is the DualShock, which you play games like this and all that, like the Astrobot. There was the aim controller, which is like the gun controller. You do this and that, and the PlayStation Move controllers, which you all, you know, do all that. And you had this box, which you connected to the PlayStation 4 and 5. So there's that box. There's the problem. So the problem with PlayStation VR on PlayStation 5 is that you're gonna waste on a USB port, because you have to get this adapter, a USB PlayStation camera port to USB port, and that's how you plug into the PS5. So them doing like a single cord setup, which is a USB-C, is kind of big, but it's still like how they're doing that. Like the USB-C port has a lot of data to it. Like it is a USB 3.2 port, so there's that. It's not USB 4. Some prioritized. Like I think Sony should have made a version of a USB-C where it could take a lot of data and only use for the PlayStation camera and nothing else. But I don't know. Yeah. So yeah. Mm, so what's that? So let's compare it to what I have the Quest to. I wonder. I don't think. Oh, hold on. What was that? Why is that there? Um. So the Quest 2, so the Quest has is an LCD screen. Um, 1832 by 1920 per eye, which creates a higher resolution and can go up to 120 hertz. 6-degree of field of movement with the built-in 4 cameras. Yeah, there's that on the the Oculus Touch controllers for all that. The only difference is that you get specs, like actual spec, not like hardware specs. Um, like a CPU and GPU. So like you get the custom, you get the Snapdragon XR2, which is built for VR and AR stuff with 6 gigabytes of RAM, and you get the Adreno 650. You get you get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, the Oculus Store. You get the operating system, which is based on Android. Um, you get storage as well. So like, there's like the Quest. You get a whole head VR system on your head that way. Um, so yeah, I want to know the look of it. Like that's what I really want to know. Like that's where I really want to see how tackling, how they're tackling this. Like I want something in this range where it's with a cable, it looks very like balanced. It feels nice to use and all that. So yeah. Um. But yeah, I think like PlayStation VR. Like I had PlayStation VR. It was good, but kind of got really annoyed with it a year later. Like I had it, we had it since 2020, and then the tide 2021. I had fun with it, but then later on, I got really annoyed with it, and now that's why I have a Quest 2, and I'm liking it. And I don't think I would get annoyed with it just yet. Besides, specs. The thing is like a mobile chip after all, and it's basically the Nintendo Switch like thing. You're gonna have all these games that are from PC VR and all that be downgraded on the Quest, of course. Like Blade and Sorcery. That's a PC VR game. They made a Quest version of it. And it runs pretty good on Quest, but you definitely tell they made a lot of sacrifices to make it run on your. I would say the process is better than the Switch. And it has more RAM than the Switch, like 2 gigabytes. But yeah, Resident Evil 4. So yeah, that's one thing I want. Put Resident Evil 4 VR on here. Like that will be a really good launch title. Maybe Resident Evil 7 VR as well. Of Resident Evil 7 VR. Like make an update for Resident Evil 7 for PS5 and have the PSVR2 version be those controllers, and make Resident Evil 8 as well a Village compatible as well. Um, but also put Resident Evil 4 VR because Resident Evil 4 VR is pretty fucking good. I love that game. Like I streamed it yesterday. Love that game on the thing. I don't know. It just made me a big fan of Resident Evil 4. But so it's funny that Sony showcased. Oh yeah, people are modding the original like modding. People are modding Resident Evil 2, 3, 7, and 8 on PC to play 4K. Play in VR. So Sony released a video last month, at the beginning of last month, of this technology. So yeah, they show off like head mount, OLED micro display and low latency head mounted display for like VR, and it makes sense that they've been doing this when they have PlayStation VR coming.
I am involved in AR/VR system development at R&D Center Sony Group Corporation.
I also work at the R&D Center, where I develop microdisplays.
The
I feel like
COVID-19
they-
pandemic has dramatically changed both our lifestyles and work styles. One such
They should have got
change
really
is an
good
increase in
translators. I feel
demand
like they're
for
just
remote
trying to make these two
capabilities.
speak in English.
To collaborate and share experiences remotely, high-resolution technologies for realistic images, and low-latency systems for seamless video are necessary. The VR head-mounted display for demonstration can project a realistic high-definition 3D space without pixelization.
So yeah, this is what they're trying to do.
Our HMD achieves 4K with one eye and 8K with both eyes. This is the demonstration video.
Yeah, so it's trying to showcase 8K with both eyes, but I bet they're trying to get
The
4K
video on the right
with
is
this
an image from the
technology
demonstration.
on the PlayStation
From
VR 2.
detailed letters and material textures, you can tell the image is so close to the reality. With VR, we have expanded the display using lenses to extend the image throughout the visual field of human eyes. If pixel dots are recognized, users feel like they are looking at display due to pixelization. For a realistic visual experience, it requires many dots to be invisible when they are enlarged. The panel size also needs to be small enough to fit into the limited form factor. For these two requirements, we developed a 4K OLED microdisplay, which is an ultra-high 4K per inch resolution. This 4K OLED microdisplay has more than double the number of dots compared to smartphone OLED and reduces the panel size by almost 20 times. For high number of dots in a smaller display,
This is
we
all
use
impressive
Sony's
stuff.
fine processing and advanced
Like,
packaging
this is like, holy
technologies
shit.
gained
Like,
from seamless
how?
image sensor. For high image quality, we leverage the OLED device and circuit technologies.
The real-time image display with low latency aligned with users' head movement is vital to provide a 3D appearance and a sense of distance in the VR viewing. Normally, it takes about 0.1 second for processing. To avoid a user feels dizzy, the processing time must be shorter than 0.01 second.
Yeah.
Shift delay is reduced by combining multiple sensor data and latency compensation technology. The image is converted according to the latest position or direction of user's head before display projection. The combination of high-resolution OLED displays and low-latency HMD would be leveraged in a broad range of domains in addition to games and videos, such as design where detailed texture depiction is required,
Yeah.
or virtual communication where you can feel the other person is in the same room. Factoring operation
Also, the
detailed
Quest 1 right there. And the Samsung Gear VR over
facial
here.
expressions of artists, or in medical trainings and
Lighter, ultra-high-resolution head-mount displays, and to create spaces for people can interact over the network. Ultimately, we'd like to create an astonishing sense of immersion for remote collaboration and sharing.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, so Sony released this in December 6th of last year. So yeah, they really they're trying to showcase that, and I feel like they are using that same technology in the PlayStation VR2. And why wouldn't they though? Like, that is such a good design technology right there. Yeah. So what I want from this is that I hope you could plug it into a PC. Just from either from official Sony themselves. I could see someone even try to even fucking mod this thing to run on PC, but like it'd be cool if we can put this on PC and play PC games, VR games with this, because honestly, like look at it's honestly the same stuff here. Honestly, the same stuff what any VR headset can do, like this, like this. With the controllers pretty much being like the same as any other VR controller, like this. I think the only thing it doesn't have is finger tracking, like the index, but most VR controls don't. Only the index does, and that's like expensive, so that's why a lot of VR companies haven't done that yet. But yeah, this is like, this is the next big thing for VR. This is a lot like vibration motors on the headset, like that is big. That is more immersive right there. That's a lot of immersion right there for you. But it's gonna suck if they only keep it on the PS5. Like, there's a lot good here to make it on other on PC as well. But if they're gonna keep it to PlayStation 5 only, that's a problem, because you're locking down this really great specification of a headset. Like, you're locking it's 4K OLED, 90 and 120 hertz, like always. The field of view is 110 degrees, and your vibration and finger track, all the stuff that feel like it's a next gen VR. But you're locking it only on your on your console, like the Quest right here. Like, yeah, it has its own built-in specs to play games, but you don't need to play it just with those specs. You can just, connect a USB-C cable, or like the Oculus Link cable right here, like plug it in, and you have Oculus Link. Or you go wireless PC VR if you really want to, and I'm trying doing that. That's what I've been trying to do recently. So like, yeah, you have all these options with the Quest. You can play off the XR2 chip, or you could play off your PC. Like, there's a lot here too. There's a lot you could do with the Quest, and keeping PlayStation VR 2 only on PlayStation 5 is gonna limit it a lot. But it makes me honestly happy, because we're gonna see a lot more PC VR things. I can see like stuff like Boneworks, for example. That can come to PlayStation VR, and you get all that stuff with that. Boneworks, and maybe VR chat, and Pavlov VR, and a lot of PC VR games that you expect. Like, even Pavlov's on the Quest. Like, they made a custom version to play on the Quest. But like, we're gonna see a lot more stuff that requires much better controllers, like these, for example. With the analog, has analog sticks, buttons, the grips, and the controls, and has the touch pressure sensitive stuff on with the touch area. Come to PlayStation VR, and that's great, because now PlayStation VR does not look limiting anymore. It looks like it's part of the crowd now. Until there's gonna be the next big thing for VR controllers. Well, finger tracking becomes a full way to play VR. Like, on the Quest, you could do finger tracking, but I don't think that's gonna be a main way to play games. I think we're just gonna keep to the controllers, because honestly, the controllers just feel really good for that. But yeah, like, we're getting to the point where we're getting good VR from Sony. PlayStation VR was good. Now it's PSVR2 is looking like the best next big thing. And honestly, I'm just waiting to see what else they're gonna showcase. I feel like we could see maybe a state of play showcasing, or like a PlayStation VR2 event where they showcase the PlayStation VR and the games coming to it, and they will showcase the headset, because that's one thing I'm still looking forward to see is how this thing will look. Also, I wish they had the hand straps. I wonder if people are gonna make a accessory of that. But yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to. I want to see how this looks, how heavy it's gonna be, how small the thing is gonna be, like how it's gonna look. I don't know. Maybe maybe it look like the controls where they have this like nice matte black. That's a whole headset. It'd be a nice change of pace from the look of the PlayStation VR headset, where it was like taking the PS5 colors. But I don't know. Like what head strap they're gonna use. I'm really liking this head strap more than the Halo one. But yeah. But yeah, PlayStation VR 2 is looking pretty good. Yeah, well, we'll see this year. I'm guessing, if I'm really gonna guess, I'm guessing maybe October, November of this year, when they release this thing, and maybe at like maybe $200 or $300. No, $300 or $400 for this thing. Because PlayStation VR. If you look at PlayStation VR. Use new headset. No, they talked about new headset. If I go on Amazon, that is not the official price. This is Skyrim bundle. Best Buy. Okay, so this is the most. This is the most we can see. Like yeah, 350. Maybe they decrease it to 200, make it go against the Quest. But again, the thing with the Quest is that I think, in terms of sales, the Quest will still sell more. I'm gonna be real with all of you right now. So in my opinion, the Quest is still gonna sell more units than the PlayStation VR2, cause like look at it. It is again, like I said, this is a standalone VR headset, and you can get a kid this, or get someone who doesn't have a good PC who doesn't have a good PC and doesn't have a PlayStation or doesn't care about console gaming and likes VR gaming. You could just get the person this. And you don't need to worry about them taking over the PlayStation. Don't need to take over them taking them can't play it because they don't have a good enough PC. You just need this to play any VR title on the store. And if they have a good PC, they have a PC to sideload stuff. They can add more to it and just keep on going with it. And there's also App Lab and all that. So like there is a chance that Quest 2 is gonna still sell way more. Maybe the Quest 3 as well when that comes. Maybe this year, who knows? But like, yeah, this is definitively like gonna sell more units. And the PlayStation VR people, it's gonna have PlayStation VR, PlayStation 5, And PlayStation 5 is still not that easy to find yet, but at the end of the day, like, it's a bit of a niche market, console VR, but maybe it's gonna do better. It's gonna do really well because the PlayStation VR had sold 5 million units, which is really good. But I don't think like it's gonna outsell the Quest, in my opinion. Like the Quest already has a place in the market. It is a standalone VR headset, which makes it easy to buy for anyone. Not having a good PC or having a console, not have a console, and again, it's only on PS5. You gotta remember this. PSVR is only on PS5. You don't need a dedicated one console. You don't even need a console. You just get this and for your kid or for yourself, and don't have, if you don't have a PS5, you can still play VR with this. And then when you do get a PS5, you can get this system. You can get a PSVR2. But yeah, we don't know. Like again, I want to know what. Like we know the resolution now. We know the resolution. We know what display method it is. We know what refresh rate, which is usual. Adjustable lenses, field of view. We know what kind of tracking they're doing. Now we know this stuff. I want to see what it looks like, and I want to see the games. I want to see what are they going to get good first party games? Are they going to get good third party games? And that is the big thing. Like we already have this or the Horizon VR Call of the Mountain, which is already like in the like good step right there. Like what they're giving us for first party titles. Another thing I want to know, like all the titles that they had on PSVR, will they update them to play on PSVR 2? And honestly, like stuff like Astrobot could play perfectly on these controllers because look, like they have the analog stick for them. Actually, no, because there's the touchpad stuff too. Huh. But I want to know if like, oh, you could still play those games with that. That's a question I really want to know. But like things like Blood and Truth, I could see like them updating it for the controls because that's a PlayStation Move style game there. There's a lot of games I could see them really updating it. With this better VR system than the PSVR. So yeah, all this VR talk makes me want to play VR. I'm not gonna lie. I want to play my Quest 2 right now. Yeah. But yeah, PlayStation VR 2 looks very interesting, and I hope it's not. I just hope it's not restricted to only PlayStation. But yeah. But again, my hot take is that I still think the Quest 2 is gonna sell more units than PSVR 2. But that's just me. That's my opinion. But Quest 2 is so standalone, like you just don't need anything else, and it has quality games already on it that you don't need to worry about buying a console or getting a good PC for it. Like, but console VR is very niche. But it did again. It sold the original PSVR sold 5 million units. I could see this maybe doubling it because of how much they upgraded the place. They upgraded so much because the PlayStation VR setup was not a good setup. Like it was a fine headset, but there was so much wires and all that. So now they have one single cord, and now you could just do all that. And I was really hoping a wireless solution because I actually tried playing PC VR with wireless, and it's amazing. Played Half-Life Alex and could do that. I need better Wi-Fi and better computer for this playing VR stuff. But yeah. So that is it with the stream. I could have just made this a video, but I like streaming on Twitch as well. Yeah, that's PSVR 2. I'm excited to see more. Maybe they're gonna have a big event for it where they showcase games and show off the quality of the headset. But yeah. I'm gonna go play VR because I am now all this VR talk is making me want to play VR right now. So see y'all later. Peace.